Okay, so when you're done with the user testing, you'll be ready to submit the first instance of our project. And that's going to go on Blackboard. And so in the past few weeks, we've just been doing Open Lab posts of weekly updates. So for this one, you can skip that for this week, but you are going to make a post, which you're going to submit on Blackboard. So when you're ready to do that, you're just going to create a new post like normal. And we're just going to add, so let's start with a category. So we're going to have a new category. This is project 1, 3D level. And we'll call this my first level. And so here we want a link to the itch page. And so that will have the download for the Mac and the Windows version. So you don't actually have to post the builds here. You can just link directly there. So I'm just going to copy this link here. And so I'll say, here's a link to the build for my first level. Oops. And then if you want this to link, just click on the link button here. And you can edit that to open a new tab if you want to. So first we're going to have a link to the level so that people can, download that and take a look at that. But we also want to add a couple other things. So let's go over to Blackboard and look at the requirements for the assignment. So I'm going to go to Student Preview and go to our first project, our first level. So we want to publish a build. So we've already set that up. And then we want to document our user feedback. Here's my user testing form. I don't have any responses, but let's make a fake response and you can look at your responses there. So when you share this with people, they can fill it out. So I'm just going to click in a few random responses. And I'll just do a few just so it looks a little bit like there's some stuff in here. Okay, so once you collect some responses on the form page, you'll see those responses here, and then it's going to have some visualizations of the feedback. So you don't have to include all the feedback, but you can kind of summarize the feedback. So, in this case, it looks like 2 people said that the controls were not easy to use. So I would say something like, based on the user feedback, I need to improve the controls. And then if you want to show the chart to show evidence of that, you can do a screenshot. So I would do Command-Shift-4 on the Mac and get the little target guy, and then I can draw a box over this. And I'll have a screenshot here. And so if I'm fast, I can just drag this right into here. But if not, it's going to be on your desktop. So you could go to the Finder and go to the desktop. Oh, it's not in the desktop. Where is it? Maybe it didn't save because I dragged it over here. Let's try that again. So if I clip this, it should go to the desktop. There it is. Okay, so I guess when I dragged it into WordPress, it stopped saving it to the desktop. Anyway, so I have that feedback there. So just go through the feedback. You can come up with a few basic conclusions, from what people say, what their feedback is. Maybe people will make recommendations or tell you things that are important to understand about the game. So, I might say the level of difficulty is evenly spread across 2 to 4, which seems like a good level. So just write some summary of what the feedback says and what you can get from that. So then let's preview this. Obviously, this is just a demonstration, so you should go through all of the feedback and reflect on everything. But once we've done that, we can take a look. And so that looks good, so we can publish this. And so this is what you need to submit over on Blackboard. So if you have this set up, you'll have the link to your itch page, you'll have all the feedback, so you'll have everything there. That's all you need to submit. So on Blackboard, just go to Create Submission and paste this in here. You don't have to upload any files or anything else like that because I can access everything through this link. So once you're done with that, just click Submit here and you'll be good to go. If you make changes to the post, like let's say you want to edit stuff or add some more screenshots or do something different, you don't need to update this Blackboard because the OpenLab post, the link will stay the same. So if you make changes to that post, if I say, oh, I misspelled something, and I go back here and I make some changes and edits, this the link where this is always going to stay the same, so you don't need to resubmit on Blackboard. The only thing you would need to resubmit on Blackboard is if you make a new post or you delete that post and create a new one. But unless as long as if you're just making edits here or even on itch, if you upload a new build, again the link will stay the same, so you don't need to resubmit on Blackboard. I'll still be able to access those things. So you can still update those things if you fix something and you want to update it before I take a look at it. You don't need to resubmit as long as the link stays the same. I think that is everything. So I'll stop here. So when you have uploaded everything to itch, remember take your link from itch with the two builds and the link to the user testing form and go over to Discord and post it in our MEA 300 server. I posted that on Blackboard again, so if you aren't on there already, there's an invite link that you can join on there. So for right now, even if you still have stuff to work on with your game, that's fine. Just take a break from that and post what you have on itch, and then everybody should go on there and download everybody else's game, play through them, go on the forum and write some feedback. And that should take us the levels probably aren't very long, so I guess that would take us half hour, maybe a little longer. So let's do that now, and then once you're done with that, you can go back to working on your level.